Hi everyone, I'm Frank Nicolosi. This is my student tour of Waypoint 622, Restaurant and Patio Bar. Waypoint 622 opened up in May of last year. It's only about a year old. It sits along the Manasquan River in Brielle, New Jersey. Brielle is right around Manasquan and Point Pleasant, up around central New Jersey in Ocean County. It's in a small town. It offers upscale dining inside, and outside it's a casual patio bar style dining. They have live bands in the summer and on the weekends, offering a fun, casual feel. This is a picture of the inside. As you can see, it's very small. You can see on the tables it's upscaled with napkins and the glasses and such. There are more tables than what you see just in the picture, even though the whole inside only holds about 75-80 people. But so you do get very attentive service, and that's kind of where the whole upscale mood gets put in. This is the outside here. Not the greatest picture. There is quite a bit to the right out of frame that you cannot see, including a 40-seat bar under the canopy that you can see. The outside can hold about, again, maybe 75 to 80 people sitting, the bar another 40, and then of course there's plenty of room to grab a drink and stand and listen to the bands. Also, as you can see straight ahead, the boats, and that's the Manasquan River out there. We actually do have the dock and dine option that allows you to pull up on your boat and tie into a slip, and then you come up the stairs to the patio and you can grab some lunch or dinner, which I just think is a very cool thing. So what do? I hold two positions here, the kitchen expediter and the floor manager. I do not do both these positions on the same day. It does vary by day. So my tasks as a kitchen expediter, or if you've worked in a restaurant, it's an expo, is I act as the middleman of communication between the front and back of the house. So, the chefs and the servers, they're both very busy. They both have a lot to do. And so my job is, as it says, the middleman of communication. So if a server has a modification to an order or needs to check on an order, they don't have to go to the chef. They can just come to me and ask. I can check on it for them. And, if they have a question for the chef, or they need an information about a special or a certain modification, I can usually have the information ready for them. And the same with the chef. If they have a question about how busy it is, what a certain server meant, maybe they punched in a ticket that didn't quite make sense and they need clarification, I can be sent out to help out with that. Another task I have is inspecting and preparing dishes for proper order for fulfillment. That's really just a fancy way of saying when the food comes out, 9 times out of 10, it's perfect and it's ready to go. But I take an extra 5-10 seconds just to take a look at it, make sure that it's cooked the right way, in the right style, has the right sauces, sides, garnishes, etc. Just to, I'm just kind of one more line of inspection to make sure that when the orders do go out, they don't get sent back. And third, I delegate tasks to the food runners throughout the shift. The food runner's job is obvious. They take the food, they bring it to the tables. My job is pretty much, I keep them just moving. They don't have to stop and think about, is this ready? Do I need anything else for this? Once I give it to them, they're good to go and they can take it to the table. That way, everybody just kind of has their own thing to focus on and nobody's got to worry about double checking for somebody else. As the floor manager, I oversee daily staff operations, another fancy sentence really just means I'm making sure that everybody is doing their job. Everybody has a job to do, and I just make sure that things are getting done and done so properly. I also act as a host to all the dining guests. If you think of, when you go to a party at somebody's house, yes, they're going to have fun with you, but they also want to make sure that you're having a good time. And if there's anything they can do for you, they're going to want to do it. And I act the same way. I go to the tables and I ask everybody how they're doing. If anybody does have a problem, then I'll try to fix it to the best of my ability. And also, there's being a jack of all trades during peak business times or if we're understaffed. I've done just about every position in the front of the house and quite a few in the back as well. So if we are understaffed or, during peak business hours, I will be looking to make sure that everybody's doing their job, but so many times it'll be so busy that you couldn't slack off if you wanted to. So that's when I can jump in and help. And if we're understaffed, I can fill in a position, pretty much just making sure that, we have all the help that we can get. And so then I'm not just sitting around watching other people struggle. Instead, we can all just kind of get things done together. Here's just a picture of our kitchen. I took this picture at this angle because as far as the non-cooking side of the kitchen, this is most of it. There is a grill station to my left that you cannot see. It's out of frame. But the only thing behind me is a wall. We have a very small kitchen, and despite the size, we have actually provided anywhere between 10 and 1,500 meals in, a single night shift, which I think is just pretty amazing based on such a small kitchen. The critical areas of my job, there's two. The first is putting problem solving above stress levels and having chemistry with coworkers. So problem solving above stress is very simple. Pretty much no matter how busy it is, it's just important that, I focus on getting the jobs done and, properly so that everything's just running smoothly and, you don't get caught up just because it seems like things are going nuts. And of course, having chemistry with my coworkers. It's very important to me because I'm young. I'm only 20 years old and, holding a management position or even the expediter position, you do tell people what to do. And it's important that, they respect you in your position and that, as a result, you get much better response work-wise, as long as you're getting along with everybody. This here is that grill station that I mentioned before. This is my main expediter station. You can see the two rails up and above and below the main window where the tickets are hanging. There's only a few here. This was taken on a slow lunch day, but you can see these can be full. I could be dealing with anywhere from 40 to 50 tickets, and that's where that whole eliminating stress thing comes in, and And so there's just a quick look at that. The impacts, if done properly, expediting, I think, takes certain stress away from other employees. The chefs can focus on the quality of their food and, they let me focus on how it's going to get to the table and what it's going to look like. And the servers, if they have some picky table with all these special requests, well, they can focus on just keeping that table happy and other tables happy while I can focus on getting that request out. When I'm managing, I do induce a little bit of stress, I guess, make sure that everybody does their job right. But of course, that's just for the sake of the customers and not at all to make anybody feel stressed out. Little bit of technology. Bottom left is our open table. We do use that for our reservation system. It's a very good system, very simple, as is on the right our point of sale system, Aloha. I haven't used too many point of sale systems, but this is a very simple one and very direct. It is really easy to use. Part of my job is actually modifying Aloha with specials and prices on a day-to-day basis.